Life is so simple. Nobody can tell me that his life has gone okay, that he's got everything he wants. Things in life and the needs and the wants in life are never enough. But people have got to know that it is all possible if you just give in. Make sure you are no stranger to problems and suffering. Always exercise patience. I know where I come from. I come from a village called Lushongwe, and I belong to both Lushongwe and Makwe village in Rwanda in Zimbabwe. These are my places of birth, and Makwe is where my home is. And Makwe Mountains. Makwe is named after the nearby range of mountains called Makwe. And those mountains have become, I'll say, my mountains, my shrine, my spiritual center. But not only me, but for other people. Some people go to that mountain to consult. We climb that mountain. There are places where we do some kind of rituals and prayers to get our things going. You know, life is very simple. Do your planning. Stick to your plans. Never invest to the plans that we haven't researched upon. Always seek advice. Always find people from your own research findings that have experienced things that you actually want to try. Yeah, that's how life goes. Today's time takes me back to a situation where I was growing up with my parents, my mom and my beloved stepdad, looking after cattle, going distances. If I would tell you that I used to walk distances like 17, 20, 23 kilometers and above looking for cattle in the white man's farms, because the land was white man dominated, and we did not have proper grazing areas in my place, Lushongwe, as I grew up there. From there to town, Sizinda, I attended school there. From there, I saw to it that I need to look for greener pastures, go out and be faced with the challenges of the living in some faraway places. Diaspora has been all around the world, you overseas, some places and countries around here. All I've been looking for is life. Even today, I'm not going to say everything has gone all right with me. I'm still struggling to make ends meet, but I just call it struggling. But I'm seeing myself as getting there. I urge everybody to learn each time to exercise what we may call patience. Patience pays, but sometimes some other patiences are just in vain, because you'll be patient holding on things that are not going to materialize because you haven't done some certain researches about your life. When you come from this spiritual life, many people know me. At school I was doing traditional dance. At our homes we were doing ceremonies through some necromantic banquets, you know, beating drums, dancing to Amadlozi spirits. That's where all my life starts, in Lushongwe area in Rwanda, Makwe in Zimbabwe, that is my tableland south. It is not only now that I've become a traditional healer. I'm born in the center of traditional healers. My great-grands are many of my primitives. It is not me, like we have just actually wanted this, or I had some intentions on this calling. The calling doesn't come necessarily because you want it or you have planned. If you are attached to the spirits, they will choose you, they will direct you, and you'll be redirected through things to actually take on and do. Your life is spiritually led. Everything that actually goes is channeled by them, the spirits. That's where sometimes we see people differing from what they call a calling or a spiritual calling. find that in the outfit somebody is wearing things that says he's a Sangoma or he's a prophet in his Zion or whatnot. But at the end of the day, he doesn't live within the expectations of the people in that calling. He doesn't live within the doctrines and the laws of spirituality in that calling. He doesn't conform to what is expected of in that calling. So some people, I've heard them say, I'm the prisoner of the Spirit in this calling. I'm the prisoner of the calling. I'm not a prisoner of a calling. Because a prisoner is somebody who has got to be abide by some certain chains that he has to abide by, whereby you don't have a freedom of your own, or you are kept under a certain captive. But when it comes to me and the Spirit, I cannot call myself the slave of the Spirit, but only the servant of the Spirit, a good and a humble servant of the Spirit. I am a good soldier. I'm a good warrior. I know who I am. I am a conqueror. I have given into this calling, but I refuse to always look dirty because I'm a Sangoma. I refuse to look second to best and inferior because I'm a Sangoma. I've got a life to live. People have got to see you there. You've got to be admired. You've got to be seen having a life. I'm a firm believer to God. I firmly understand that these things goes in stages, like in any government. You have got the councillors, you have got the mayors, right? You have got to be admired. You are out in the world, everybody is seeing you, everybody is looking at you. So you've got to mind your looks, you've got to mind your behavior, you've got to mind the way you treat other people, the way you treat people, the way you behave yourself, the way you conduct your things and your living. Your dignity, what determines your dignity is the way you actually do things, you behave, your mannerisms. And then the way you behave, people will treat you as such. They'll give you that respect as you respect them. So I'm a firm believer to God. I trust God will keep me longer. I trust God will add earth and even rid of this corona pandemic and bring earth to its condition that we have known and that we are used to. Be blessed, everyone, and stay blessed. Love you.